Hello, good morning, Satnam. It's me, Shakti Sundari, back with you today for the next reading from the Radiance Sutras. We're continuing on with the insight verses, which are bringing this beautiful text to an end. And today I'm reading from Insight verse number 151. So here is my version of the Sanskrit. Rudra Shakti Samavisha Tat Kshetram Bhavana Para Anyata Tasya Tatvasya Kapuja Kacha Tripyati. And I'm going to read it again. Rudra Shakti Samavisha Tat Kshetram Bhavana Para Anyata Tasya Tatvasya Kapuja Kacha Tripyati. And here's the translation by Lauren Roche. Emanating from the embrace of the goddess and her god is a wheel of delicious divine energies. The center of this wheel is right where you are. Live here and let your heart stream with an unending flow of adoration. In this way, tend the altar of love. Just going to read it again because I transposed and slipped up for a moment then. Emanating from the embrace of the goddess and her god is a wheel of delicious divine energies. The center of this wheel is right where you are. Live here and let your heart stream with an unending flow of adoration. In this way, tend the altar of love. So beautiful. So beautiful. Emanating from the embrace of the goddess and her god is a wheel of delicious divine energies. So what is meant by this? Well, first and foremost, Bhairava or Shiva here is speaking about the goddess and her god in terms of the masculine and feminine principles or masculine and feminine energies. Again, the highest form of tantric expression is the making love of these two principles or energies in all of existence in every moment. So the masculine principle being pure consciousness and the feminine principle being energy, bliss, love, and all that is manifest. So the formless and the form, the body and the spirit, the mind and the emotions, everything that is animated, everything that we see, everything that we perceive, everything that we can sense is the feminine. And that is why in this path so many meditations have asked us to immerse ourselves fully in the experience of our senses, which are an expression of the feminine energy, and then at the same time to be witnessing that experience from the place of the all-seeing, all-pervasive consciousness, or the witnessing mind, or the higher mind, or the God mind. And or we can attain that state of transcendence through the full immersion in the senses and in the sensorial experience. So there is this constant embrace and this constant dance that is taking place between feminine and masculine. So that is at the highest level. Of course, if we come down to the manifest level in terms of embodiment, as the embodiment as a man or embodiment as a woman, or indeed the embodiment of those energies within a body of any gender, those two energies are always playing and dancing together between two beings, two bodies, as well as within one body, within our own being. And it's that paying attention to this eternal dance that is happening within us, and then potentially with another. And it is from that place that this, what's referred to as the wheel of delicious divine energies, may be experienced. Again, referring to the Sushumna, the central channel, and the two pathways, masculine and feminine, that run either side of that, crisscrossing until they meet here in the center of the head. These two pathways for the flow of life force energy, right? Also referred to as the masculine and the feminine, or Ida and Pingala. And these are connecting us also to the chakra points, because they crisscross at each chakra or each energy center. So at the root, at the sex, at the solar plexus, the heart, the throat, the third eye. Yeah, and then this is where they meet. So once we go beyond here, we're expanding out into cosmic consciousness as the third eye opens and the crown opens when both energies meet. So the wheel is also another word to refer to the chakras, to the energy centers. And as the life force energy moves through the body and rises, it can open, stir, or awaken each center, and or move conditioning, or move patterning, or move thought processes that are connected to that center of awareness, that relate to how we are manifesting and creating and living in this world. The center of this wheel is right where you are. So when everything's moving, there's this outside movement, right? There's this spinning of a wheel, or do it this way. So life is spinning and spinning and spinning, and this dance goes on and on and on and on. But right in the center of the wheel, there's no movement. It's unmoving. It's still. It's completely still. So that is where this verse is pointing us to, is the true nature, the true essence of who we are and where we come from, and where we always can return to reside. And as this verse says, live here and let your heart stream with an unending flow of adoration. Another way of regarding this is we can conceive of the masculine energies as being above and connected to the higher energy centers, and the feminine energy as being below, connected to the earth and the lower energy centers. We can also conceive of those two energies meeting in the heart and making love and embracing one another in the heart, which is a very beautiful metaphor, image, but also it can be a real experience, because this is where high and low, upper and lower centers meet and merge in divine union in the heart, on the vertical pole or axis, as well as on the horizontal pole. If we think of the body as being divided, left and right sides of the brain, and the body masculine and feminine, as well as higher and lower, everything meets in the heart. And if we are bringing love, as the two merge, the energies of above and below, as well as our embodiment as masculine and feminine, or embodiment of masculine and feminine energies, and we bring love to those poles, to those two opposite energies, it is a divine union. And that is the divine union that is really spoken about in these verses and in tantric practice. This is something that happens within ourselves. It isn't necessarily about being in a relationship with someone else, although we can bring that loving adoration to another in our relating, particularly when we know it within ourselves. We can then direct that love, which is within us. It is within us and from us, and it is what we are. And direct that love and share that love with a beloved. In this way, tend the altar of love. So really important now also, this is just kind of me going off on one a little bit, but that there has been so much separation culturally and socially between men and women and between masculine and feminine, not confusing the two. They are separate, they are different. We each have these energies. And this is a time where there has been so much shift and change, and the feminine energy has really been rising and rising and rising and coming to the fore, and shifting in awareness and shifting in consciousness, healing the wounds of so many centuries of patriarchy and distortion, where feminine has expressed herself in a distorted way, as has the masculine. And we've been doing so much work to heal this and to bring understanding and compassion and love and union and respect within our own beings. And this then ripples out into the world, and it really is an important time for us to honour and respect one another as men and women, as embodiment of masculine and feminine. And from my perspective, this is what I'm devoted to do my best to awaken and to rise up and bring more consciousness to my expression of masculine and feminine within my own being, and to their true harmonious union. I think that's all I've got to say for this morning. So is that you? Let me just, I can't, is that you, Eben? Yeah, hello. Hi. Yeah, so thank you for being with me. It's really lovely to know that you're there, and join me again tomorrow for the next reading from the Radiance Sutras. Sat Nam, and much love.